Earlier we were talking about the difficulty that some of your clients get into when they're employing freelancers and that sort of arena. So tell us a bit about that.
Well, I mean, it's something that I've always been talking to clients about. And it sort of originally, I used to do quite a lot of work in TV and media. And that was, there was often a lot of arrangements that I call it the back of the fag packet.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, and that worked well in that sector at that time. And I think there's a lot of people who have still taken that sort of view that it's a sort of loose arrangement, which is fine when everything's going well. But then when relationships break down, shall we say, it can get really messy. So I've had quite a few situations recently where clients have got themselves into situations where they're having to spend money with lawyers to get advice because they just haven't put the documentation in place. And the freelance person is saying, well, actually, I don't think I'm a freelancer. I'm not self-employed. I think I'm actually been employed or I've been a worker. And if they're a worker, they're entitled to get holidays and other statutory rights. They can actually claim that backwards as well. So you could be looking at quite significant back payments if somebody was found to be a worker. If they're employed, they get the similar rights, although they've got even more. And they've got then protection from being unfairly dismissed. So if you've ended the relationship and you haven't done it properly, then you're exposed to claims for unfair dismissal as well. So of course, when you think you've got a freelancer and you treat them as a freelancer, but actually ultimately, retrospectively, someone turns around and says, well, actually, like a tribunal judge says, well, they were a worker or an employee, you're in a situation where you could be facing quite significant awards. So, we're trying to get the message out to people. If you engage freelancers, make sure you got your documentation right.
Okay.
And it doesn't take much. It doesn't cost a lot. It's well worth investing the money now to save you the hassle and the pain and potentially higher costs later on.